Hey, everybody. Okay, so it is the ace, actually the pentacles is going to be for this week. Okay. And I'll do a review as well. So it's all like a video, just a review of all of them. Because on the next class, I really do want us to start like actually doing a reading for yourself. So once we get done with this one, we'll be done with all the minor arcanas and the minor and the major arcanas. Okay. Then you can start doing readings for yourself. So I start off with just like a 3 card reading. And I'll have a separate video just for that. Okay. So Pentacles, like I had mentioned a little bit on the last video. Pentacles represents all the elements. Okay. Plus spirit. And then the circle, of course, is for protection. It also represents like life, health, your abundance, money, stability. It's for the earth signs. That's what the Pentacles usually stands for. So if you see a pentacle, either somebody's an earth sign that the person you're reading for is talking about you for yourself because one of your family or as an earth sign, or has majority of them as earth. Okay. So it's always good to get familiar with the astrology signs, numerology too. It all connects. So earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorns. Get familiar with those signs. Actually, all of them. It'll make more sense to you and you'll be able to connect to these cards a bit better with intuition. That's what it's all about, is connecting. When you connect it with something that's in your life and it makes sense, you can be able to explain it to, if you're reading for somebody, even for yourself. What does this mean? What is this telling me? Besides, a lot of the symbols are in the cards. All the tarot decks are a little bit different. The first ones were Rider Waite. So originally, these all have the same suits and things like that, right? But based on our perception, based on our experiences, our perception and our perspective may change. Okay. So Ace of Pentacles. This is like the ultimate, just like every ace and every card and every minor arcana. This is a really good one. It's like the ultimate of abundance. It could be also a new career, a new beginning, where you're feeling on top of this world. Great time for new projects, starting a business, because you have it all, right? You've gone through your mental journey with the swords. You've gone through your emotional like roller coaster with the cups. You've gone and you're aware of your skills, the wands, and so forth. Like what ignites you. So when you get to this, you're well balanced. Two of Pentacles, infinity, the 8, abundance. But it also means being able to juggle. You can handle more than one thing. Being able to, it's like the multitasker. Could be a person. I also look at it as a person that has always been able to dip their hands in 2 things. They're usually juggling, right? Now they're juggling, but it looks like maybe they're missing something. Maybe they're not juggling 2 things like they used to. Maybe somebody was always working 2 jobs, go to school, working a job, volunteering, like 2 different things. And now they may not be. There's a card that says that yes, you are capable of doing it. You can handle it, but be very compassionate with yourself. Okay. And the water behind him, make sure that your emotions are balanced. Just because you've got 2 things going on and there'll be times where it might be a little overwhelming, you gotta check yourself. Make sure that you are not taking it out on other people just because you make those choices. So there's a lot to this card. If you even look at his face, like he's kind of a little like, oh goodness, can I even do this? Am I able to do this? And he's not really looking directly at what he's juggling. So all those things give you an idea of what's happening. Three of Pentacles. He's studying. It's a book. It's a feather. Potions. Apprenticeship. 3 of Pentacles. It's either studying something new, that you always want, that you're curious about, is learning more about it. Whether it could be your practice, whether it could be in the metaphysical. It's about learning about your gifts. And you have to be able to understand your gifts and learn about your gifts, right? Like, where do these gifts stem from? Where did it originate? How do people deal with these certain things? If you're an apprentice, you're not a master of your skill set or whatever you're trying to go. No, you need or looking for a mentor, someone that can guide you. But also be open-minded and knowing that you got to put in hours of just work towards it before you master anything. And be open-minded to it. So that's what this is. Apprenticeship. Might be something that may be coming up in your current job that you want to do, but you realize that you have to be under someone's wing for a bit before you can like take your own department or lead something. That makes sense. Four Pentacles. And I see he's holding on his pentacle. One big one he's holding on to it, okay? This a lot reminds me of a Taurus energy. Very stubborn. And it's the card of resistance. Card is like he's holding on to something he doesn't want to change. He's really focused on this one thing, not realizing if he just lets go and surrenders it, he'll receive more. So this card is a card of resistance. Maybe even being a miser. Maybe they're being really too cautious about their money, their expenses, and because you can tell, I mean, he's wise. He's probably, if you look at the age as well, he's gone through a lot. So whoever gets this card, person has a lot of experience, life experience. And so they're a little more cautious about taking a risk because they don't want to repeat the past. The Four of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Wintertime, the trees like dying. So it's winter. So when this card comes up too, it's where a lot of the scarcity is coming through, where it's a time of looking at different ways to make money, to attract abundance. And it's also time to go internal. Because during winter time, we really don't do a lot of exploring adventure. We kind of do a lot of internal work, right? We learn about ourselves. So we're able to be ready to go for spring and summer and fall. So it's a lot about going internal and saying, okay, the things that I have done, the patterns, behaviors, the lifestyle, where has it gotten me? Okay. Maybe I've gotten some abundance, whether it could define as being abundant in friends, family, connections, finances, but you still don't feel fulfilled. You feel like maybe things need to change. That's what this card means. And five also means change. Okay. But also means communicating. It's like you really can't do this alone anymore. Or just you being the one to decide this, your own direction. Okay. So a lot of collaborations coming in, meeting people. So there's a lot here. And remember, it all depends on your own experience, you guys. Reading tarot, just face value, is one thing. But if you connect and say, okay, when's the time during the winter time where I felt that I should be happy, but I'm still not happy? Something's missing. Six of Pentacles. Kids, money. Man is giving money. A lot of sharing your abundance. Okay? Nostalgia. It's remembering the time when you thought that you didn't have enough or you weren't happy. And now you are. So six is a lot about like family, remembering to really appreciate what you have and sharing it. And also to remember to have fun and be a child. Remembering when you were young and sometimes how it was having a quarter was like, yes, I gotta go buy some candy, you know, or you wanted to save it. It was closer to getting your red car, you know, a little toy car you wanted, a little motorcycle car you wanted, or, you know, it's a toy, whichever it is. It's just, it's simplifying things. It's not being so hard on yourself. And he's a scholar, okay? Get the Green Beret, look what he's wearing. Earth signs are very, if you get a lot of earth in your chart, you do a lot of research. You love learning, okay? It's not just the big three. It's not just like your sun, moon, and your rising. No, your Mercury could be an earth sign, which is how you communicate. Your Venus and your Mars. So it's understanding those colors. Green is for nature too. So Seven of Pentacles. Reaping what you sow. It's like your hard work is paying off. And you can do a little bit of celebration in a way. Yes, the hard work may not have been fun, but sometimes you have to do the groundwork before things start to grow, right? You're planting the seeds each time. The best thing I could think when you see this, I remember as a kid, when I was working out in the field, my mom would always tell me, because I really wanted a 10-speed bike. I want really, really bad. And so she'll go, okay, well, you have to go work in the fields, you know, to get your 10-speed bike. And I'm like, okay. Well, that woman would tell me each time I'd finish a row, you just earned your seat. You just earned your front tire, your back tire. Driving me freaking crazy. But this is what it is. It's like you work for the things that you truly want. Nothing's really handed to us, right? We have to earn it by working. We work for it physically, mentally, spiritually. You're doing the work. That's what it is. It's like, yeah, it might not be so much fun, you know, especially if you have a boss that may not appreciate you. But you know it's going to get you somewhere because you're still learning. You're still, you know, taking advantage of the things that are going to benefit you. Okay. Eight of Pentacles. Eight is abundance. It's a number of abundance. Okay. Eight of infinity as well. But it's like looking at, and she's looking at everything. Look, she's like meticulous about all the things that she's received. So it's like looking at your own things that you've achieved. What have you really mastered? And do you know what you've mastered? Sometimes we ask that question, you know, what's my value? What do I bring to the table? When this card comes up, it's a reminder of what you already accomplished, what you've mastered. And sometimes it's not about all those degrees that we have achieved or completed. It's the experience that went with those degrees. Okay. The longer nights, maybe you missed, you know, some events that you normally would go to. How it's about being raw. When I say Eight of Pentacles, it's like truly being raw with yourself and asking yourself, what did I have to go through? What did I have to maybe restrict? What type of self-discipline was it that I have to maybe like have to be able to master the things that I've mastered, or have I really mastered them? Reading tarot is about having a connection with the person that's across from you, or through your computer, or with yourself. Tarot will be very direct and very transparent with you. If you're reading for yourself, it's probably the most raw and transparent and ruthless therapy session you'll ever get. So that's Eight of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. Nine is a number that is close to the 10. So you're close to your accomplishment. Now, this one here, if you see like Nine of Pentacles and how she's walking through it, like she's just like, she's on top of her game. He or her, whoever you're reading for, is on top of their game when they're coming out like this with that sass. Look at the way she's got her hips going and she's smiling. Because she's earned it. Every single of these pentacles, she had to earn, whatever it may be. Mastering something, doing internal work, being able to adapt to situations, right? Learning to embrace change, all these different things. The Pentacle is a lot about your own life, What have you accomplished? What have you been walking away from? Or maybe you just don't want to face it. You eventually can. You will walk out. And proud of yourself for what you have achieved internally and externally. Ten of Pentacles. Your Ten of Pentacles is a lot like the Ten of Cups. It's about completion. The success that you are doing is like leaving a legacy for your grandkids, for your family, within your own family too. Really having your life in this moment when you do get this card, or loyal. Dog stands for loyalty, right? This card to me means that whoever you have around you, you have a good support system. And remembering not to forget them, to thank them for putting up with you if you're reading for somebody, right? To appreciate them, to be thankful and grateful. Beautiful card. The rewards of your hard work. Page of Pentacles. So she's looking at her page, her pentacle. It's kind of like the Four of Pentacles. He was like holding it tight, right? Kind of being stingy. She's not. She's admiring it. This card, at the page level for the Earth signs, the Pentacles, it's all about like, look what I have achieved. Look what type of skills I have now. And it's a way to start a new beginning, to start something. Maybe gaining this card could be a lot where it's going to take you to a place where you can choose what path that you want to take now. Because you have that excitement, you have that, I call it a lot like that teenager type of feeling where you're just kind of you're so excited and you want to show off what you've done, but you're not showing off your diploma, you're showing off your skill set. People can usually see somebody when they meet somebody that they've learned something new, that they've gone internally and mastered something within them. Knight of Pentacles. Pay attention to this one, how he has the pentacle really close to him or her. Okay, look at the stag in the background. The deer, call it stag. If you look at stag as a spiritual animal, it's quite beautiful. It's all about like you're evolving, but there's protection. There's also a lot of wisdom there too. When this card comes up, it's about someone that is, the word strategic comes to mind. Someone that's not just going to give themselves to anybody. That's not going to hand them their skills. That's not going to collaborate with just anybody. You'll be like, is this really going to fit? They're not going to jump into it. Like you'll get like a lot of your wands, fiery, reactive, risk takers, right? You get a lot of the cups that are just really emotional that might just go based on how they're feeling. Okay. Pentacles. And if you know any earth signs, they're very much like this. Like you don't really get to know them until they feel comfortable around you, or until they can trust you. This is what the sign is, Knight of Pentacles. So if you're reading for somebody, it could maybe a love reading. You're like whoever they're dealing with is taking their time for a reason. Life experiences. Just because they're not just going to jump into anything, they're not going to trust anybody so easily. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is, she's grounded. Okay. She is aware of her skill set. She's aware of what she's mastered, but she's humble and she's straight-faced. But if you know any earth signs, they've always been straight-faced. Yeah, they'll laugh and joke around, but they don't know you. They're just gonna be very serious. And you see, of course, a dog, loyal, that looks older. So people that she has around her, she's had for a very long time. So sometimes you have to be a little bit detached, standoffish with people. Just this card represents a lot of it, where take a step back and you're going to attract it now. Okay. If you don't chase it, you attract this card more like you need to attract it in. And very grounded, which means that anybody can connect with this person. King of Pentacles. Look at him. He's looking at his pentacle, but he could be admiring it, or he could be reminding himself of, I look at it as we're taking a step back and saying, okay, am I doing the right thing? Am I really adhering to my own values and beliefs? This is what the King of Pentacles reminds me of. You see the castle in the background. He's not even in the castle. He's outside the castle. Okay? There's grapes. The vines, they grow everywhere, right? Grapes, wine. Classier version, okay? Is where, remember, its integrity comes up now, okay? So when the card comes up, it's looking at your values and beliefs. Are you somehow moving away from them to adapt to people? Or do you really still know who you are? Now, our values and beliefs will change, right, based on our own experiences in our lives. But are we the ones making that decision, or are we allowing external factors to affect us? The difference there. You'll always have the same foundation of values and beliefs from the time that you're little. The main ones will always stay. But we need a reminder of truly who we are. And the King of Pentacles is very good about that. It's very grounded. He is not about ego or pride. It's about, is he really looking at himself? Is he really being true to himself? I could say that this pentacle, if you turn it around, could be a mirror, could be reminders. Okay. Earth signs are a lot about, is it really me, or am I changing? Okay. So look at it that way with the pentacles. Now, I'm not just saying this is my favorite one because I'm an earth sign, but I can connect to every single minor arcana because we all go through it in life. It's accepting it and opening our minds to it. Okay. Just because our experience, our situations may be different, doesn't mean the emotions that we deal with, the self-sabotaging that we do to ourselves, the shape-shifting that we do, doesn't mean that we're the only ones that do it. Everybody does it, and everybody has a problem with connecting with their hearts. So you already have something in common with people. It's learning how to connect with them. Connect with them is by being raw, being real, not pretending that you don't know what it is to get hurt, not pretending you don't know what it is to shed tears in front of somebody. Okay? When you read tarot, it's about connecting with your heart and your mind and listening to what your body is telling you, trusting your intuition. And that's something that is great about it. Okay? So now that you've gone through all the major and minor arcanas, start doing readings for yourself. Do a 3-card read. Okay? And mix up all your cards. Mix them up and then start doing readings for yourself. Just 3 cards daily. Just so cards get to know you. They can kind of connect with what you are feeling. Okay? And then see what it says. See what you get out of it and try it. Like have it be like your homework. Do a 3-card draw. Write them down on a piece of paper, on a notebook. And see what you get without looking at the difference, without looking at your notes or anything like that. Look and say, what are you feeling? And start small. Look at it like first, okay, what are there? Is it a pentacle? Is it a major arcana, minor arcana? Is it cups? Is it wands? Is it a sword? Start with that first, okay? And you break it down. So I'll give you an example here. While we're doing this, just so you know what to do at home. And I would say have like a notebook that's dedicated or a binder just to your tarot. Because you can always like put the date on there and see the cards that you drew. It's good because then you can go back and say, have I really? You can go back and gain and see how much you've gained your wisdom. Can't say you're not going to. You're going to. Okay, so I'm shuffling these here. Okay, the card draw. No, I don't read any cards in reverse at all. Okay. I got the Sun, the Emperor, the High Priest. So if you get these, I'd write down the Sun. Okay. Then I'd write down the High Priest and the Empress. These are all major arcanas. First one there. One of the major arcanas, they're really important life events taking place. Okay. The Sun is there's vitality, there's growth, there's something new coming in. The Sun, right? It's like starting something new and you're excited about it. The High Priest, what's above and what's below, and looking within. And you find the Emperor. The Emperor here for me is about reminiscing from the past and knowing that what has already been done, like you're proud of the things that you've done in your past. You're proud of how you raised your kids or the accomplishments that you've done. That's what I got out of them three. Okay. And that's just for me, my own personal reading. I can say this is a reflection of me. Okay. Write those down. And you want to do them like once a day, once every day, however feels good for you. If you have time. But I can tell you, like, whenever you grab them, don't just be in a hurry. Just stop. Sit still. And it could be in the same spot you do every day. You know, figure out how you want to do that. And see how that feels. Okay. I'm gonna do a video after this one and just do a review of all of them, especially on the major arcanas. That'll kind of help you a little bit. And then next week, I'm hoping we can do an actual like a reading. Whether it's one-on-one, so here virtually. I have some past students that are already taken this class that I might link you guys up and say, hey, I want you to do a reading for each other. I haven't figured that out yet. But if you have any questions, please reach out. Have fun.